Alright guys, before we get into this video, which is going to be another video on Zenkai Origins, I just want to say I appreciate y'all for all the support we've been having on the channel lately, even though I've been playing other games other than GPO. I appreciate you guys to know y'all support me no matter what game I play. That being said, if you guys have any ideas for me to upload on Zenkai Origins, I've been really enjoying this game. It's been a ton of fun for me. Let me know if you guys have any ideas you guys want me to do in Zenkai Origins down in the comments below. Anyways, I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time. Let's get straight into the video, guys. Yo, what is up, guys? It is your boy Clouds here, back again with another Zenkai Origins video. I've been really enjoying this game, as you guys can see. I am level 102. I've been grinding out this game quite a bit, but today we're going to be going over a video on what race you should pick. So as you guys can see right here, when you guys first start out in the game, you have a choice between 1 and 4 races: Saiyan, Human, Namekian, and Manjin. Now, which race you pick has a pretty decent impact on how the game could be experienced for you. That being said, as you guys know, I am a Saiyan, which is probably going to be the most commonly chosen race in this game, as Saiyans are the fan favorite, you know, the anime and everything like that. But there's also a reason for that. Now, Saiyans are commonly known as probably the best race. Now, we'll find that out when we get into this video, but they have the most balanced stat base out of any of the races. They have the most transformations, and their transformations give the most stat points out of any transformation in the game. These are all facts. They're probably the most flashy out of all of the races, and the least boring, which is why they're a fan favorite and usually chosen. I'm showing you guys what I got as a Saiyan right now. You guys can see my stats right here. This is my stat base right here. You guys can pause and look at this. And this is just, I'm going to show you guys all the transformations that I personally have available to Saiyan. So first one, Super Saiyan. And this is the stat bonus I get from Super Saiyan. And then the next level above this, which is the highest level of Super Saiyan that I have currently right now, it is Super Saiyan 2. You guys can see that the ore is there, lightning is, everything is there. This one has really high drain versus the other one, which is Master Super Saiyan, has no drain at all. So let's look at the stat bonus from this. Very good stat bonus. Now, the highest level of Super Saiyan you can attain in the game currently right now is Super Saiyan 3. However, it is level 150. So you're going to have to grind a while to get that Super Saiyan 3. And Super Saiyan 3 does have a plus 150 stat bonus to it. So obviously, Saiyans are really powerful, but let's get into some of the other races and show what the other races have to offer, so you guys can decide which race is, best for you. Alright guys, so I hopped on my Namekian account so I can show you guys a little bit of what Namekians can do. It's not going to be anything insane simply because he's only level 50, but I'm basically gonna explain as best as I can and show you guys what I can. And for what I can't show you, I'm going to go on the Trello and basically show you guys the numbers and spreadsheets and stat points difference for forms and stuff like that. So first of all, before I dive into this, I just want to say every race can compete with every race to a certain degree. As far as Saiyans go, I'm not saying Saiyans are the best in the game, but them having Super Saiyan 3, giving them plus 150 stat points, literally puts them above every other race in terms of stat points, sheer stat points. Saiyans, because of Super Saiyan 3 in this game, out of the current transformations that are available to this game and other races, Saiyans quite literally have the most stat points going around. That's an undeniable fact. But does that mean the Saiyan is the best race? Not necessarily. We're going to go over what all the other races can do. But right now we're going to talk about the Namekian experience. Now, the Namekian experience in this game is kind of boring, and I'll explain why. So the first move you get as far as like a transformation is at level 30 with Namekians, and it is a move called Regen, which is kind of OP, kind of really OP. Basically, using Regen, you tear off your arm like so, and you regen a new one, and it gives you a percentage of ki and health back. Now, the issue with this is the first real transformation you get as a Namekian. You get a level 70, and it costs 5,000 Zeni. It replaces regeneration. The issue with this is Super Namekian form like that is not worth getting rid of regen, because you cannot get regen back once you've bought that form. And any Namekian player will tell you that regen is worth having, because in PvP you can pretty much just spam it, and being able to heal like that is really OP. But this makes it a boring experience, because that means you're gonna have to stay in base and not have any transformation until level 160. So this will drastically impact your experience on the game. If you want to just run base and you're cool with that and you love Namekian that much and you want to have the regen factor to it, then you can go ahead and stay on Namekian and grind out with the base form until level 160. Now this is not to say you can't get rid of regen for the transformation, but it is just not worth it. Regen is that good, trust me, it's that good. When you have a good Namekian in PvP and they have regen, it's really that good, trust me. But there is one advantage that Namekians have. Namekians will always have the highest base stats out of any race in the game. Due to being able to fuse with Kami, you have higher base stats than every race in the game. However, it's only about 15 points or so, so it's not like anything insane, but you know, it's something and it's there. But the Namekian experience is really boring as far as leveling up. It's not really exciting at all, and it's very bland. I'm on the trailer right here, so I can just show you guys why Super Namekian isn't really worth it. You get Super Namekian at level 70, which is your first transformation that you can get with Namekian. It only gives you 50 stat points across the board. That's not worth giving up regen for, I'm sorry. If you just grind it out to level 160, tough it out, you're gonna get a form that has 100 across the board, and you get to keep your regen. So it's like, it's the best of both worlds in my opinion. But Namekians are really good in my opinion. They can hold their own with every race in the game. They have really good base stats. They're really balanced. Really, you can go any build you want with Namekian, either a melee build, key build, or you can be a glass cannon. I recommend you have a more balanced build, especially since if you're gonna go the regen route and not get Super Namekian, it's better to have balance rather than just be a glass cannon, in my opinion. But yeah, Namekians are solid. The next race we're gonna be talking about is the Majin race. Now, I don't have an Majin account, so I'm just gonna be going on the trailer for this one. And I talked to some other people about this and got their opinions, specifically Ash and some other people that have Majins. Got their opinions on that. Ash is a Majin main, and he's thinking about switching off for this specific reason. These are his words right here. He said Majin can hang with every race, pretty much, aside from Super Saiyan 3s. Against Super Saiyan 3s, you either just don't deal enough damage to them, or you just don't got enough defense. With Majins, there just aren't really enough stat points and boosts to go around. Majins do have a full heal move, but it's not as good as Namekian's regen, according to Ash. I can't really speak on that personally because, well, I'm not a Majin. I at least have Namekian, I at least have Saiyan, so I can speak on those. And I also, experience human, so I'll be able to speak some opinions on that as well. But Majin was the one I was least experienced with. But according to Ash, that Majin struggle against Saiyans. Now, he said that you can hang with humans and Namekians just fine, but against Saiyans, Super Saiyan 3 is definitely an issue to deal with. Now, one thing I noticed is that Majins are kind of shafted in terms of their transformations. Anger, which is they get at 40, it only gives around 35 each across the board, or literally 35 each across the board. And then their next transformation, was the current final transformation in the game for Majins right now, only gives out 80 across the board. This means Majins have the weakest and least stat giving transformations in the entire game right now. Out of every single race, they have the least stat bonus in the entire game. Now, this does not mean that Majins are bad. Majins do have their benefits. They get their heal. They don't lose their transformation when they run out of ki, so that is a good thing. When you are in your transformation, you can stay in there even when you don't have ki, and their charging works different. So it's like they do have different builds. I feel like Majins tend to be a little more tanky, which is why Ash was saying the issue with, you just don't deal enough damage against Super Saiyan 3s and such. But it's like, with Majins, it just seems like it's a little bit of a rough experience. You have literally the worst, in terms of stat bonus, worst transformation in the game, and it's just tough going against these other people. That's about as much as I can say on Majin. Pretty much just took the word from the people I asked opinions on. My boy Revolver AGZ, he's been having a ton of fun with Majin, so it's not like you can't hang with these other, people right here. But from his experience, he was saying it's really tough to deal with Super Saiyan 3s as a Majin. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say on that. I haven't been a Majin, so I can't really say much on that. But I give you guys the numbers, and you guys can see for yourself. The last race we're gonna go over are humans. Now, I don't have a human, but I do have great experience dealing with humans, and I know someone that has a human. Now humans deal insane damage. Next to Saiyans, humans have the highest transformation stat bonus in the game, being just 5 stat points under Saiyans. Now the issue with humans, they have no health. They have no health. Now humans deal insane damage at the cost of immensely reduced defense. So many times in PvP I will actually get messed up by a human, like the first stock, and then like let's say I just figure out his playstyle or whatever, I start dealing a couple combos and he's just dead. This could be an issue. So if you're a human and you want to deal that massive melee damage, I recommend you going for like a tanky melee damage type build. But humans are OP. Don't sleep on humans. Do not sleep on humans, bro. Do not sleep on humans, bro. So let's just go over all the human forms. So Kaioken, the first form, you get at level 30, which is quite early, mind you. That's as early as the Namekian region. 45 across the board. If we go to Super Saiyan, you get at 50. It's 50 across the board. So not only are you getting the form earlier, you're only getting 5 stats less. 5 stats less, people. 5 stats less. Kaioken times 4. 90, you get at level 60. Let's look at the Ascended Saiyan, which is the slow version of Saiyan. 70, 70, 70, you get at 65. No one uses Ascended Saiyan, I'm gonna be honest with you, but Kaioken is actually, times 4 is actually better than Ascended Saiyan. Now Kaioken times 20, you get at level 100. Mastery required 50, 140, 140, 140, right? Let's look at Super Saiyan 2. 100 across the board. These are really insane. Now you guys can see the one thing, this is the takeaway here. All of these forms have no melee resistance and no key resistance, whereas every single Saiyan form has melee resistance and key resistance, which is where the defense comes in. You're going to be taking insane damage as a human. So I really recommend you guys, if you're a human and you want to do good in PvP and such, take the extra time to put some extra points in melee resistance and key resistance, because you ain't going to be getting it from your forms. You are not going to be getting it from your forms. However, if you're a very good player and you're very cautious and defensive and elusive, being a human will be very, you know what I'm saying, beneficial. Very beneficial. Humans have the second highest stat bonus in the game. Now, Mystic form, it does give you less stat points overall, but you guys can see Mystic form gives you more balance overall. Less damage, more balance with Mystic, which makes Mystic worth having. As a human, like even with Mystic, even though it's lower, you still have the second highest stat bonus in the game. You guys see Ultimate Namekian only gives you 100, Pure Majin literally a weak 80, Mystic is 115 compared to Super Saiyan's 150. So that's pretty much all I have to say to you guys today. As for what race you should pick, I mean, across the board, Saiyan definitely does have the most stat points on paper. This is factual. This is something you can't deny. However, each race has their own unique thing. Humans deal insane damage at the cost of defense. Namekians, you know what I'm saying, have higher base stats with the regen factor to it, and a pretty decent, you know, form at 160, which allows them to compete easily with every race in the game. Majins, I feel like, are a bit shafted. However, I would put humans and Majins on the same level. Humans are insane due to their damage, but the defense really holds it down. Any good player should be able to deal with a human easily, relatively easily. And Majins can definitely hang with everything, but Majins struggle with Saiyans. So with all this information, I feel like now you guys at least know what race does what and what they have, so you guys can choose which one. Now, as for what race you should pick, I would definitely say the safe options is probably Saiyan or Majin. Namekian is a bit of a boring experience. I don't know anyone that's gonna want to farm with base until 160, and humans are just glass cannons. But I mean, really, it's all up to you guys. You guys pick what you want. I'm just giving you guys, you know, the resources and the knowledge for what race does what. Anyways, it's me, Clouds. Hopefully y'all enjoy this one. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.